Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast, episode 413. I am Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Alexis. What's up, Alexis?
What's up? Hello, everyone.
Good. What's up, Connor?
Evening.
What's up, Charlie?
Hey guys, how are we doing?
All right. What's up, Mike D?
Hello.
All right. So you were talking to me off air about Missy. So you want to continue that thread, Mike D?
Oh, I was mentioning I was listening to one of your earlier podcasts that you did today, and some of the conjecture about Missy, and I think you were talking about you were referencing Legopolis and how Tegan was running around in the TARDIS, and we know that there's a big pool in the TARDIS, so some of these scenes that are happening, some of the scenes that are happening at the end of these first two episodes of the season could be taking place, I guess, within a room of the TARDIS, actually.
Or Missy's TARDIS.
Yeah.
See, now, my idea is that they're all prisoners. They're not going to be used as soldiers in a war against the Doctor. They're all prisoners as a bargaining chip to get something out of him. That's what I see.
Get something out of the Doctor?
Yes, that's what I feel.
Well, what's interesting is, like, in Deep Breath, there was an enemy that was grabbed, and into the Dalek, it was not an enemy.
No.
So,
No. But they're both people who made some kind of sacrifice for the Doctor.
In other words, that their lives will be in his hands. And will he save villains and heroes alike? The ultimate test to see if he's a good man.
So the early photos that we had of the red telephone booth, could that be her TARDIS?
I think so. I said that before Series 8 started, that they kept showing all these pictures, and you said it yourself, I think. They kept showing all these pictures of a red telephone booth, and I think you even said it, you thought it was a TARDIS too, right, Mike D?
Well, it just seemed like it kept popping up like front and center in a lot of those photos, like they were placing it there because of importance of some variety.
Right. And then a previous cast, I think it was 411, they said that it wouldn't be heaven, it would be hell, because it's the nether region. So nether is like hell. Wouldn't it be, or underworld?
Yeah, netherworld, underworld.
Yeah. So it could be.
Mentioning the Ronnie, do Pip and Jane Baker still retain the rights to that character? Is that how that is?
I don't think they're going to use the Ronnie.
So that could just be like creating kind of like a surrogate for the Ronnie, I guess, in the series.
It could be a new villain, or it could be, Charlie pointed out that it could be the Black Guardian, which that would be pretty interesting.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I do
a lot.
I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll get Turlo back then if that's the case.
Alexis, what do you think? Do you think she's a Time Lord, Misty?
I'm not really sure. I mean, she could be with like you mentioned, the telephone booth. And though there was also something that I saw that was kind of hinting that she might even be in some relation to Clara, because her ring that Missy wears and the ring that Clara wore in an episode are very similar, almost the same, I think. What if she has some sort of relation to Clara?
Could she be her grandmother?
She might have some sort of relation to Clara.
She could be her mother, because her mother disappeared.
Yeah, but I don't think it's her mother, because her mother was nice. She's, like, nasty, so, I mean, I don't...
We were talking in one of the other podcasts earlier this week about how, like, her name's Missy, which could be mistress, like, the headmistress, like, of a school or something, and, Cole Hill, Clara is a teacher there. Like,
or like mysterious. Mysterious. That's what that could be, too.
Like mysterious, yeah.
Well,
I can tell you, all of the Missies I've ever known have been like a little, little crazy. So the name definitely probably fits her.
Right.
If she's like one of those nutty ex-girlfriend types.
I don't know.
Like maybe one of the Doctors. I still like the theory about her being like some nutty ex-girlfriend of like the Doctors, and
That was just the period, I think, right?
Yeah, she hasn't gotten over him. She still is pining away for him and chasing him all across the universe.
Yeah. It's like,
But then they do that
like
with
referring
Tasha
to him
Lim.
as her boyfriend. It's
Then they kind of do that with Tasha Lim.
He's my boyfriend. She's got the crazy eyes going, and yeah, if I can't have him, no one will. So she's like, you know, grabbing all these people doing crazy stuff. Actually, it would be funny if that actually came true. That's really what she was doing.
Well, Charlie, what do you think?
Well, I think she's probably going to end up being a Time Lord or some kind of Gallifreyan, you know, one of those other S-tier beings. Like I said, the Black Guardian.
Maybe
or something.
she's Omega's doorwoman. Like a doormat. You know, Omega. Maybe she has the pathway to the antimatter universe.
Well, I guess we could start by profiling her. What's the purpose of her dressed up in Victorian era garb? You know, like let's start there.
It was cheap.
Well,
they had her on set. I don't know.
Yeah, when Matt Smith's doctor met Clara, it was in that time period, right? The Snowman. It was that Victorian era sort of thing, and so I wonder if there's something to that. Like Alexis was saying, it was going to connect Clara and Missy somehow. Maybe there's something to that.
Could she be the after effects of the great intelligence escaping the time stream because the time stream collapsed? So would he still be alive in a new form, the great intelligence?
Yeah.
I find it very interesting that you know, Clara's first episode, she was in that particular sort of era's garb, the costuming, and then we see Missy.
Well, Clara's first episode, she was into a Dalek.
Oh yeah, the Dalek. I meant I guess the first one where the Snowman episode. I'm kind of remembering them out of order, I guess.
Second one,
yeah. Like I'm wondering if it's something that has to do with that.
She could be the nanny, the original nanny.
What was the thing with in that episode? Wasn't there a poster that you guys were talking about that said like the
Dastardly Donna?
Yeah. Was there something to that, or?
There was also an ad in the paper that said for the Impossible Girl. There was another ad that said River in there. If you look at it.
In Deep Breath, we never did really see that poster like there was. We saw it at the filming. We didn't see it in the actual show.
Hmm.
So either it was taken out or moved somewhere else. But
then we have the other woman that's going to appear too, Miss Delphox, right? The Time Heist.
Yeah, Keely Hawes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's another bad one.
I think she's just the owner of the Carabraxis Bank.
Just for the episode, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to have any relevance to Missy.
I think Missy's going to appear every episode. I don't know. Do you think, Mike D? Well, you've seen... okay, without revealing episode 3. Yeah. You've seen episode 3.
Yes.
So, you'll tell me off air if she's in episode 3.
I can do so off air if you would like, yes.
Yes. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so...
Well, if you want to avoid spoilers, steer clear of the 4th episode. Listen.
Yeah.
That's a big spoiler-horrific episode.
I heard. I can't wait for that episode. So, there was a thing about the Into the Dalek, the original uncut version. You seen that?
No.
I've seen it.
What's the difference between the two?
They cut out a scene where Rusty went up to the Dalek ship and self-destructed, which destroyed the whole ship. So I don't know why they deleted it though, because it was quite relevant to the plot. But
well, that's too bad they couldn't get Rusty and Handles together. They could have done like a spin-off show with the two of them.
Like Abbott and Costello?
Yeah, where they just travel around the universe like you know, fighting crime.
That's what I say.
Rusty.
That's what I say. They should have.
Yeah, I don't know if him destroying the Dalek ship. would have been. I got.
All right, Danette, I know you wanted to say something, so go ahead. I saw you text me, so I was like, okay.
Okay. Here's my kooky theory about who Missy might be. You know how Clara has been, splintered out through, time and stuff. And we know she's obviously been on Gallifrey before with the first Doctor. So maybe this is that version of her, and somehow something happened, she's gone mad, crazy, whatever, and she's after the Doctor for some reason.
So you're saying, like I originally said, that the Clara on Gallifrey was a Time Lord with regenerations, and she just went crazy.
Yeah.
She would have had to been a Time Lord with generations because she was in the Citadel.
Yeah, she would have to have regenerations, right?
Yeah, because I think only the people who are in the whatever it is they call it, Gallifreyan Academy,
Right.
go to there. Then you had the other people who lived outside of the dome, like we saw in the Time
Right.
not the Monster, but the one with the bad one with the Tarans and the
Invasion of Time.
Invasion of Time. Yeah, that's right. There you go.
So she could just went crazy because she's living out 12 regenerations, and she's just a copy. She just went nuts. Possibly, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Alexis. Yeah? Alexis.
She
Yeah.
said she was going
I
to.
know you don't want to go, but you have to go soon because you got school, but...
No, I
give
don't
you
have.
2 cents.
I don't have school coming up yet.
Okay,
It was
but
just
give you 2
someone
cents.
was messaging me.
Give you 2 cents in, and then you can go.
I don't know. Sorry, I've been kind of out of it at the moment, so I don't
Will
really.
we just... You want to repeat, Charlie?
That the Clara had to, when she was on the Splintered, was on Gallifrey, she would have had to have been a Time Lord because she lived in the Citadel, and that we had other people that lived outside that weren't Time Lords that would regenerate. That she may be
So
one of
maybe-
those.
She may be Missy regenerated and just went crazy because she has 12 regenerations, which she probably lived for like a long time.
Well, we had the War Doctor. Could we possibly be seeing a version of Clara that was kind of like the forgotten Clara? It's
Could
kind
be.
of
That could be, yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
All right. Avita Zen.
Have a good night, Alexis.
Good night.
good.
All right, Connor. Good chance.
In relation to Missy, I'd rather find out if she's good or evil than who she actually is first.
She's
But
evil.
I think she could be good, though.
I don't
So,
think so.
She's not the kind of girl you'd take to dinner and turn your back to her. She's got a knife in her hand. I'll put it to you that
Her
way.
face says it all. Her face says it all. She may take it to dinner, but you'll be the main course probably.
well, you never know. She could have a good side to her, but
Yeah, she could probably like only chop off his arms instead of legs, probably.
She would offer you tea, but I wouldn't drink it.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. At
like a little
least it's
arsenic
not-
with your tea.
least it's not like Sanctuary and Walking Dead, but we'll be talking about that.
Terminus.
Yeah, Terminus Dead. So,
Oh yeah.
Missy. I can't wait to do the Real Walking Cast again. Very soon. Right, Dinette?
Next month.
I know. All right. Anything closing, guys? And we'll go on to another show. Any other Who stuff?
Not really.
no,
I
it's
think
been
we've
quiet
got a
today.
piece on it. I mean, you can come up with just about any kind of theory you want. It's going to be up to what the show does. I like
Right.
everything we've said. So.
I'm sure
Cool.
we'll be doing a Missy Evil or Misunderstood podcast coming up before
Possibly. Possibly. All right, guys, that's it. Take care. Bye for now.